Collective and Soul Tribe, happy Tuesday. It is July 28th. I will be using the angel guide messages, okay, for today's reading. I just seen a white butterfly. I didn't see any this morning actually because it was still early and it rained a lot last night where I lived. So I'm surprised I'm actually seeing a little cute butterfly fluttering around trying to, get to the early bird eats the worm type of energy, even though they don't eat worms, but you guys know what I mean. Obviously that's that analogy, early bird gets the worm. So obviously the earlier you come out, the more you get, right? So I'm gonna get started and see what you guys might need to know for today. Okay, so Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective for July 28th? What can you tell them for today? What clarity and understanding can you give to them at this time for Tuesday, July the 28th? What do they need to know, please and thank you? Oh, thank you, Spirit. We have manifestations, okay? So not sure if some of you guys are manifesting right now. Now, I did talk to you guys about this, that for some of you, it may not feel like it's the right time to manifest because you guys could be in the energy of releasing, decluttering, and letting go. Another moon cycle to look out for will be the full moon eclipse. That's happening at the end of August. I know that's a long time ago, ahead. But I'm giving you guys a heads up because I actually already made a blog post about this. I'm actually ahead of the time. But I haven't posted it obviously yet because it's not time. But that time frame with the full moon, which would be in Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries, if I were you guys, I would not do any manifestation rituals at that time because that energy is very chaotic with the eclipse moon. Any other moon cycle you can release and do what you need to do and start anew, but anytime there's an eclipse energy, there's never the right time to do any manifestations because it's too chaotic. Okay, not to fear monger anybody, but just as a protection to say, hey, you can still do what you want to do, but you can't say I didn't warn you guys and say, hey, just a heads up. A lot of people say not to do this at this time because of X, Y, and Z. And because I'm not somebody who, follows rituals to a T, I'll do some of them. But sometimes people say a lot of things and you don't listen. But during eclipse, full moons and things like that, I do believe in that strongly. So I would be careful. But for some of you guys, your manifestations could be significant. There's something about you manifesting like weeks or months prior, and it's almost like things that you've manifested, it's almost like it's coming into fruition. For some of you guys, like I said, you guys could have released certain people, places, and things, and I think that's also part of the manifestation that's helping some of you guys to get through this cycle. Okay, yeah, we have vulnerability and freedom. So for some of you guys are showing vulnerability and freedom. Now, there's something about you guys being vulnerable at this time. Maybe you guys are in a vulnerable state of mind or situation, but you're also free, right? So it's almost like spreading your wings and, chasing your dreams, chasing your beacon, whatever that is for you. Okay, so Spirit is saying that you guys are in this current energy where you are vulnerable, you are showing up as someone who's free or having freedom. It's like having the freedom to do whatever your heart desires. Okay, obviously that doesn't mean rob a bank. Okay, but what I'm saying is like you have the freedom to draw, art, dance, paint, walk around, sing, laugh, joke around, things like that, but with people that understand your vulnerability. And there's also something about the energy, it's like you guys will one day come together with people who are just as vulnerable and free as you. Not only that, dealing with people who will never judge you because of your vulnerability and freedom. So if you're someone who's very flowy with the energy, like you have this cosmic flow energy where you just go with the divine or with whatever the divine says, because it doesn't work for everybody. It only works for some people depending on placements that you have. Some people may not understand why you choose the path you do. Some people may not understand why you listen to Spirit the way that you do, okay, or your ancestors or guides or whoever. But whoever this energy, I just saw a squirrel, whoever this energy is, it's like, you'll eventually meet people who understand your sentiments, and that is why some of you guys could have released a lot of people, places, and things, or a lot of you guys are not able to come together in groups of people that are weird, like they don't understand your energy, but then for some reason you can understand other people's energies. 444 in the timer, that's significant. Okay, so 444 is significant when it comes to protection. Okay, foundations, opportunity, and change. Okay, so yeah, your vulnerability and freedom is bringing in an opportunity of, and also also change. Also, when it comes to dealing with people, it's like you guys are showing people that you are bringing in opportunities, or you are starting your own opportunities, and that's also what's bringing in change. Birds are very significant for some of you guys. Okay, take whatever resonates with that. We also have listen deeply. So some of you guys are listening very deeply to your inner knowing, okay, your inner wisdoms, right? And that's also what's allowing you to be able to receive these opportunities with, you know, change and freedom and vulnerability. So again, depending on what it is that you do, people can see the change within you. And this is only for people that are newer energies. Now, if this is past energy, it's too late, because whatever they've already done, whatever energy they're in, you've already accepted the fact that you're no longer around these people, or you're no longer going to be around these people. You're stepping into a brand new abundance, a new, you know, timeline of embracing, okay, embracing newer things, okay, fresh things. So definitely take whatever resonates with that, but that definitely is the energy that I'm picking up here. Yeah, we have ease and grace, right? It's like you guys are listening deeply with ease and grace. You guys are listening to your inner thoughts, your inner wisdom. So if somebody was to come to you and say, hey, I don't think you should do that, you're looking at them like, well, that's you, right? I don't feel like I need to listen to you. That's what you think. That's what you're called to do. But my path is different. So it's almost like someone saying to you like, oh, you shouldn't do sports. But deep down in your heart, you feel like you need to do sports. Like you feel like you should work in sports. Maybe you guys have a 9-to-5, and for some reason, maybe you guys like talking about sports. So being a radio hostess is significant, and going back to school and doing things like that, right? Now, a lot of times people think you have to go back to school for a lot of things, which is true, but sometimes you can be lucky and find a job and they'll train you, right? And that's also confirmation too. It's like certain opportunities that you get, you may show up as someone who's very lucky, because it's almost like, well, how come the universe works for you all the time but not for so and so, okay? And that's also why it's not good to watch what other people do, because whatever they have, what they've manifested, you don't know how hard they've, you know, put in the time, the energy, the effort, the work, the dedication. You don't know how long they've been doing something for you to sit there and say, well, how come you can do this and I can't? You know what I mean? So definitely take what resonates. There's something about with ease and grace. We have Mother, Father, God. So Mother Nature could be significant. It's also giving yin yang energy with, you know, masculine and feminine energy, okay, and the universe coming together. So there is something about you guys being connected to the universe, and also, you know, when it comes to matters of the soul and the mind, and, you know, how the mind and the body works, and how we're all, you know, connected to source in some way, shape, or form, and, you know, what happens to us when we leave this planet. You know, conversations like that are significant, and some of you guys could be into that with astrology as well, and that could be different for a lot of you guys, because not everybody likes to talk about those things. You may have people in your energy who think, oh, you're weird because you like talking about divination and astrology and zodiac signs and things like that. And a lot of times people get upset, which I've seen online too, where people will get upset and say like, oh, not everything is about zodiac signs, but it kind of is. Whether you want to agree or not, like, I'm not going to argue with people, but it kind of is. Like, whether you have personality traits or not, people who have certain traits about them, especially people who don't believe in astrology, sometimes there are certain signs that are very significant, okay? When it comes to having like deep emotions, now a lot of times people like to talk about only the negative aspects of zodiac placements, but I hate that, because it's like there's more to it than just that. It's more to it than just saying, oh, I've dated all Aries. I hate all Aries. So if you dated all Aries, then damn, that means you dated everybody in the whole entire world. Damn. Okay, you know what I mean? So it's like people need to understand that just because you had a bad experience with a specific zodiac sign placement, it also tells you that you need to work on something as well. And this doesn't mean that it's a bad thing or a good thing. It just means that you need to work on something. So if you meet Aries all the time, and you meet an Aries that's direct and you don't like that they're direct, maybe you need to learn to be direct, okay? If you keep meeting Cancers for whatever strange reason, and you're like, Cancers are evil, there's a reason why you keep meeting Cancers, okay? I don't know how else to explain it, but it's like people don't see the bigger picture. They just want to see their own sentiments about why they dislike like something, instead of looking deeper within and saying, you know what, maybe this person might be onto something. Maybe the reason why I keep meeting a specific zodiac sign is because I do need to heal a certain aspect in my own life, okay? For some of you guys, air placements as well. It's like, there are certain air placements maybe you guys are bumping into. Maybe there's something about you needing to learn to be more detached or adaptable. Whatever it is that you need to do, Spirit is saying that you need to fix that, okay? Because we're not perfect. All of us are not perfect. But there's just something about your energy, like I said, where, you know, again, asking and receiving is very significant with the universe. It's like somebody could be saying like, oh, why do I keep, you know, meeting these kind of people and blah, blah, blah. But not realizing that this could be you receiving something from those people too. Okay. Insight, wisdom, knowledge, lessons to be learned, things like that. Okay. Some of you guys, when it comes to your manifestations, you have been asking and receiving at the same time. And this could be anything. This could be receiving your answers or receiving angel numbers, synchronicities, whatever it is that you've asked for, you guys are receiving. Now, some of you guys could be asking to receive, and maybe it's not coming right away the way that you expect it to. It takes time, okay? So there's something about patience as well for some of you guys at this moment, okay? Whatever you're asking to receive, confirmation for somebody, cutting the cords is significant. You could be cutting cords with somebody in your energy, okay? This could be a connection, this could be a relationship, this could be a friendship, this could be anything. Whatever cords you're cutting, Spirit is saying that you guys asked and received, and what you're receiving right now is being able to, sorry guys, I'm trying to grab the card, being able to get the opportunity to cut cords with certain people. Like I said, this is a learning experience, okay? For some of you guys, there's certain placements that you meet in your life because it's a learning experience, or there's certain energies that you meet in your life because it is a learning experience, okay? You shined light on the situation, okay? Everything in the dark comes to light, okay? Light in the dark. And now you're able to move forward. I'm gonna get one more card, guys, and see what else shows up. But definitely there's something about that energy, okay? You guys are cutting the cords. Yeah, clear, cancel, and release. So definitely something to do with this moon cycle happening, where you guys could have a guardian angel that's telling you that it is okay for you to release and disconnect whatever connection or situation you're dealing with angelic protection. Okay, so you guys are cutting the cords in power and intention. Yeah, you guys are cutting the cords and you're focusing on your own joy and contentment, stepping into your power, following your own joy and contentment. Spiritual, you know, growth is significant. So you guys are growing at this time. And there's something about harmony and resolutions, because you cut the cords for whatever this energy is. You took, you know, charge and action. Okay, Aries energy, like I said, which is kind of funny because I wouldn't have thought that card would have showed up anyways, but for some reason with Aries energy, it's like being direct and, you know, being yourself, putting yourself out there with this energy of like the CEO boss leadership energy. It's like maybe you are somebody who is a boss, or maybe you remind somebody in your energy who is like a boss, and maybe that could be very, you know, terrifying for people, because it's like, wow, you don't have the credentials to be a boss, but you show up in this boss energy, okay? And you take charge, you take action, you do what's right, even if people don't want to admit it. You're always trying to do the right thing, whether people like you or not. So if you're not following the crowd of what other people are doing, people may not like you for that, because, you know, back home we call it follow fashion, right? You're not follow fashion. You're not following what other people are doing. You're doing your own thing, right? So I'm going to end it here. Okay, guys, take whatever resonates with you guys at this time. I just want to say thank you guys and show gratitude to those who support my channel, my website, and things like that. Like I said, I am getting kind of prepared to do some things when it comes to changes. So don't be surprised if you don't see certain things anymore and certain things are changed, and it's just me focusing just on readings and stuff like that. I've been contemplating and thinking about it, but because I do enjoy doing the blogs, but like I said, I don't want to exert my energy too much into too many things. So if I have to focus just on readings, like on TikTok and YouTube only, then so be it, right? But definitely take what resonates with you guys. Thank you for the support and the love. I appreciate it. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next reading or the next message. All right, guys, I love you guys. Bye, guys.